It's Penny and the professor. Here's Penny.
Hi, kindergartners. You guys did a great job of answering what your thoughts were on in that discussion. But now I want us to look a little bit deeper. So we have looked at the illustrations. We have looked at the words. We have worked on figuring out, we've had conversations with each other. We've worked on trying to figure out what the essential meaning might be or the author's important message about our book to answer Cassie's question. I want to look at one more piece of evidence or information that might help us, and it's our evidence organizer. So you guys will remember our evidence organizer, I'm putting it up on the board, has a lot about what we see and hear in Rap a Tap Tap. So we said, I see feet moving, I see open doors, I see a cat, I see an umbrella, and there were other things that you saw as well. And then on the evidence organizer side about what we hear, we wrote, I hear street greet. I hear hat cat. I hear skids kids. I hear fame name, because we were hearing rhyming words within the book because it was kind of a rhyming dancing book, right? And so we heard some things and we saw some things. How can our organizer and the conversations that we've had help us with answering Cassie's question about what the author wants us to learn? Now, I want you to really keep in mind the times that they were living in. So remember in the illustrations, we talked about some things were not open to everybody. Some people, the doors were closed for them and they couldn't go into certain places, or they weren't happy because they didn't have anything to eat, or they didn't have enough places to live, or things were broken down and not working. And it was kind of a hard time back then. But sometimes we notice that they look happy. And why do they look happy? Why do they look happy in some pictures and sad in other pictures and angry? Some of the people looked angry in some of the pictures if you really look closely at those illustrations. Were they living in easy times or hard times? What made them happy and what did they do to make themselves happy? That's right, Bojangles was dancing, right? So we know that the author wants us to understand that Bojangles dancing made people happy, and we also talked about why that's important, because it was a hard time right then, right? So today in our discussion, I want you to think about if you've ever had a hard time. Has school ever been hard for you, or have you had a hard time at home or with a friend, or maybe a hard time with a brother or a sister, or just stuff happening that makes you sad or angry or upset, then it's just really hard? Have you thought about any times where you've had a hard time and maybe what could make you feel better? I'm wondering today in our discussion if you could think about how your senses could help you feel better if you're having a hard time. So if you're having a bad day or a hard time or things aren't very easy, what could you do with your senses? What could your senses help you with to make you happy? Could you watch somebody dance with your eyes? Could you listen to some music with your ears? Could you taste something yummy with your mouth? What kind of things can your senses do to help you feel more happy when you're having a hard time? Let us know in the discussion. And have an amazing day. Bye for now.